Okay, today we're on page 106, Lesson A, Infinitives. And we have some nice artwork here. It must be done in Sharpie. So, again, page 106. All right, so once you are there, our first sentence is, to construct is the goal of every young engineer. Order of analysis, phrases, clauses, principal elements, modifiers. Are there any prepositions?
Yes.
Yes. What's our preposition?
Of every young engineer.
Of every young engineer. Here's our preposition. Engineer is our object of the preposition. Young is a descriptive adjective. Every is also an adjective. It's answering the question, how many? Every engineer. Okay.
Which engineers? Every engineer.
So to construct is the goal of every young engineer. This is a sentence, and it is a declarative sentence because it is making a statement. This sentence is about what?
To construct.
To construct, yeah. This is our subject, and at the heart of this subject is a verb. So we're going to put a heart over it. Okay. This sentence is about to construct. So to construct is the subject. This sentence tells us that to construct is goal. I don't like that blue. This one. So goal is goal. This is our linking verb. Is linking verb. So now we have goal. Goal is renaming or describing the subject. Renaming. So this is our predicate nominative. So you should be able to say to construct equals goal. That is the goal, is to construct. Okay. The is an article. It's an adjective. Of every young engineer tells us what?
What kind of goal?
Yeah, it is saying what kind of goal. So it is an adjectival prepositional phrase. Okay? We already have that. That should conclude it. Now we're going to diagram it. So the pattern of this is a SVLPN. Call it a structure or pattern? Pattern? We're going to diagram it. And so I have room to diagram it. I have to erase this, but you should have this down in your book. And I'm going to diagram it. So we said it is a SVLPN pattern. Yep. So we have our line, subject separating from the rest of our subject, separated from the complete predicate. And remember, it was an SVLPN. So we'll start off with that.
How do you diagram an infinitive?
So the infinitive, it is the subject, so it's going to be up on a pedestal. But it's not going to be the step or the curve. It's going to be like that. So we have to here on the little leg, construct. Okay.
Finished diagramming.
To construct. And the rest is what? Goal. Which goal? The goal. What kind of goal? Oh, goal.
Of every engineer.
Of engineer
every
young. Okay? So that is what you should have. To construct is the goal of every young engineer. All right, moving on. The best way to learn is a hands-on method. Are there any prepositional phrases?
No.
No, there is not. Are there any adverbial phrases?
Is hands-on, does hands-on, oh yeah, it has a hyphen.
So I do not see any adverbial clauses either, no clauses. So moving on. This sentence is about what?
Way.
Way. Way is our subject. I'm going to underline it once. Way.
Way to learn.
Well, is our linking verb. So then we have to ask, way is what?
Method.
It's the method. Method, is it renaming or describing the way?
Describing?
No, it's not describing way.
Then it's renaming.
It's renaming. So this is a predicate nominative, okay? So go finding our modifiers from right to left. Hands on. What kind of method? Hands on.
Method.
Which method? A method. So what is to learn?
I don't know.
It's a verbal, right?
Yeah.
It is modifying way, and it is acting as an adjective. And then these are adjectives too. Yeah. Best adjective, the adjective as well. Okay? So we have another pattern, SVLPN or LV. If you put LV or VL, it doesn't matter. So again, time to get some new markers, huh? Okay. So we have, let me go on this side. Might be a little easier for me to write. Way. The.
Make sure the is capitalized.
Yep, I did. Best way. And I did not leave room for my so this is how you're going to do your infinitive. Draw your line down like you're going to modify it. And then we have to go like this. To learn, okay? The best. So you have 3 lines. 1, 2, 3. 1 for the, 1 for best, and 1 for to learn on your pedestal. We have our linking verb is. We have our predicate nominative method. Now we have our modifiers a and which kind? Hands-on. All right? If you need to pause it to look at it, do so. I'm going to move on to our last sentence. Sentence C. Rosine, can you read it for us?
To understand, Peggy is reading books about robotics.
All right. This sentence, is there any prepositional phrases?
About robotics.
Am I still in the picture if I go like this, or I need to move the camera?
Yeah, the board's still in the picture.
Am I in the camera?
Just your hand.
It's easier for me to write on this side.
Baby, we need to get a tripod.
That was the only special effects that we have.
Mom, we need to get a tripod.
Okay, you said about robotics.
Yeah.
Okay, about robotics. About is our preposition. Robotics is the object of the preposition. All right, any adverbial clauses? When, while, where, as, since, if, although,
No.
unless, because, who, which.
No.
None of them. So this sentence is about
Peggy.
Peggy. Peggy is reading. This time is not a linking verb. It is a helping verb. And this is our predicate verb, okay?
Yeah.
Is reading. Reading who or what?
Books.
Books.
What kind of books?
So there's our direct object. Reading what books?
The books about robotics.
About robotics. This is adjectival prepositional phrase.
Why is she reading them? To understand.
Yeah, why is she reading them?
To understand.
She's reading them to understand. So this is an adverb.
Meow.
Oops. Sorry. It's an adverb. Now we're going to diagram this. It is SVTDO. Subject, verb, direct object. Peggy is our subject. What is Peggy doing? Is reading. Is reading who or what?
Books.
Books.
You should be reading
Why
books
is she reading books?
to understand.
So we're just going to go like this. It's modifying to understand. But remember, I'll do this in black so you can see it. We're going to put it on a pedestal like that, okay? There's our verbal. And then our prepositional phrase about robotics. And there you have it. So for your assignment, you are going to do page 107. And then tomorrow tomorrow's already Wednesday. We'll do one more sentence together. Okay, that's not in your practice book here. But what I want you to do is I want you to pause the video and see if you can't do it yourself. And then watch the video to see if you got it right, okay? So on a separate piece of paper, write this one. To meet was the plan for the day. To meet was the plan. To meet was the plan for the day. So now pause your video. I want you to analyze this and diagram it, and then turn it back on and correct your mistakes while watching me do it, okay? All right, so we have a prepositional phrase. There are no adverbial phrases. This sentence is about, what is it about? It is about to meet. This is a verbal, and it is the subject, okay? Remember, it's an infinitive because we have two. An infinitive is to plus a verb. To meet, And what I've noticed whenever a verbal is the subject, it will most likely be a SVLPN, okay? Or maybe it'll be a SVLPA. So we should have a linking verb. And yes, there it is. Here's my linking verb. Was. Was what? The plan. Is the plan renaming or describing? It's renaming, so it's a predicate nominative, okay? The is our adjective. All right, so we have a SVLPN, and we are going to diagram that. Our verbal gets up on a pedestal to meet. Was what? Plan. And we forgot to say that for the day is an adjectival preposition pointing to plan. Okay, so to meet was the plan. I'll get a different color that's you can see a little better. And here's our prepositional phrase for the day. All right, we're gonna go. You can pause that to look at it. I'm gonna move on. For the sake of time, if you need to look at it longer, pause your video. Next sentence. Again, write this down, pause the video, work it out on your own, and then push play and watch a video to see if you get the same answer. They took the train downtown. They took the train downtown and then began to walk. They took the train downtown and then began to walk. All right, any prepositional phrases? I don't see any. I do see an and. So that tells me that we have a compound something, okay? Compound something going on there. This sentence is about they. They is our subject. They did what? They took, that's our predicate verb. They took who or what? They took the train. They took the train where? Downtown. That's an adverb. The is an adjective. And then began to walk. Wait. Began is another verb. So we have a compound predicate verb, okay? Then is an adverb. So what about to walk? They began to do what? I know to walk looks like it's a verb, but right here, it is a verb, but it's also an action. So it's to walk being an action. Well, not an action. I mean like a, what do I mean? Because a noun can be a person, place, thing, or an activity. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. Walking is an activity. So right here, it's acting as the noun, an activity to walk. So this is a direct object, okay? Okay, don't let that confuse you too much. It is a direct object. Oh, and downtown is an adverb, sorry, pointing to took. Where did they take it? Downtown. Which train? The train. So we have a SVTDO compound verb. So let's diagram that. I don't have the answers for the diagramming, so bear with me. I might make some mistakes and then realize I made the mistake. So we have our subject, they, oh, and it's going to be compound. So this is our conjunction and they took her what? Train. Took it where? Downtown. Which train? The train. And then began to do what? It's our infinitive. So it's going to go on a pedestal. Oopsies. To walk. How did they begin to walk? Then. I think that is it. So I'm going to erase this so you can see the diagramming a little better. Okay, so we have our subject, we have our compound verb. They were both had direct objects. So we have a verb, our direct object, to walk. Our verb took who or what? Took the train. Began what? Began who or what? Began the activity to walk. Okay? All right. Let's see how long this video is, because it takes a long time to download. And we will stop there. I'll throw in some extra sentences tomorrow with our other lesson. Bye.